Hi, everyone. So, when Mercury was retrograde, it retrograded itself out of Aries and back into Pisces. But now that Mercury is direct again, it's now gone back into Aries. So, we're getting an opportunity here for almost like a redo with our communication. So, if you feel like your communications have been at a standstill or not that clear being in that Pisces energy, now that our communication is in the sign of Aries, this is an opportunity for us to really lead with our words, to be confident about our words, to be intelligent about our words, and really have more clear and concise types of communication. So I would expect that that would happen during this period of Mercury being direct in Aries. And that's going to be for the next several weeks. So it's a long enough time for you to really kind of capitalize on that. So I would like to pull an ancestor message. It feels like that one. So we have protected. So this is also saying it's a good time to communicate as well, because this is a time when we are heavily protected by our ancient ancestors. That's what this is telling me so far, but we'll see as we go and what the tarot wants to tell us. So I have 4 tarot decks here, as I usually do, with 3 decks for clarification. So let's see. So we have the star, which I'm going to flip over to make sure that we are following the YouTube guidelines. Then we have judgment, which I'll have to flip that over too. Then we have the lovers, which I have to also flip over. Interesting. Then we have the 6 of Swords. Underneath, we have the Knight of Cups, Page of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, 8 of Swords, and then underneath everything, we have the High Priestess. And when I see the High Priestess underneath, hiding underneath the entire spread here, it does give me the impression that there's a need for you to really go inward and really listen to your intuition. And what I'm also getting is to listen to the way that you talk to yourself. Because I do think now with with Mercury being in Aries, that it does feel like this is a time for you to confidently talk to yourself too. This is a very inner knowing type of card. And a lot of the times our inner knowing comes from our self-talk and the messages that we say to ourselves. So I do feel like this is a perfect time for you to really consider and be aware of the ways that you do talk to yourself and any negative talk that you have regarding yourself, your self-confidence, your self-worth. And this is also giving me the High Priestess is kind of a reclusive type of energy. And I just saw 333 as I said that. So this could be a time for you to just really relax and try to stay in a very peaceful state of mind. I am seeing the 4 of Swords here, so we can get to that. We can talk about that. But I do have this idea here of you really just going inward, relaxing, taking care of yourself. Maybe self-love is coming through here, but really being careful about the way that you talk to yourself. So, okay, I had to remember what that was. This is the star, this is judgment, this is the lovers. We're going to go with that. So, but we're starting out this column with protected and this Knight of Cups. I'm also seeing this Page of Cups in your energy here too. So there is a person around you who has a lot of love for you. So make that make sense for you. For many of you, it's going to be a romantic partner because they are showing up as the Knight of Cups, but it doesn't have to be. This can be someone who just really loves you a lot. This could be a very good friend. This could be a family member. Make it make sense for you and your situation. But I do get the feeling that there is someone here who really loves you a lot. But what I'm also getting, especially because I'm seeing the word protected, and I'm getting this intuitively, that this is someone who might not really be revealing their hand and how much they love you. They may be treating love more like perhaps a game, in the sense that they don't want to give you too much power in a relationship. Um, so that's for someone, that there's somebody here who's really not wanting to be vulnerable, someone who is really kind of holding their emotions really close to the vest and trying to protect themselves, I believe, is what I'm getting from this, from being too vulnerable in this situation. So let's see how that fits in with the rest of the reading. But that's what I have so far. Then we have the Star with the Page of Cups. So the Star here is telling me that you have probably undergone some really major changes lately, that you've gone through a lot of healing. Perhaps this person, this relationship that we're talking about here, is what maybe triggered your spiritual awakening, triggered your intuition, your intuitive abilities, your spiritual growth. I believe it looks like this person really triggered that for you. And it was probably because they were holding themselves back that maybe you just got kind of fed up with it and just started going inward, and that's what awakened all of this. But with the Star card here, I am getting that you started trusting your intuition more when this person started becoming very confusing. That's what I have there. Because if anyone comes into a love relationship treating it like a poker hand, that they're hiding their feelings, then that's going to lead to resentments. It's going to lead to triggers. It's going to be a very confusing energy where you're not really sure if they're even interested in you, and it's going to lead to some turmoil. And again, that may be what triggered your spiritual awakening, what triggered your growth in this situation. So then we have Judgment here with the Two of Pentacles. So I think this is going to be the challenge for you, is making a decision. The Judgment card is about decision, and the Two of Pentacles is about decisions. And so they're slightly different in the sense that the Judgment card is asking you to make a really highly spiritual type of decision. The Judgment card is about choosing between keeping yourself small in the 3D and putting up with shenanigans of people who aren't going to be transparent in love, or choosing to expand your energy into the astral realm and really work with the 5D energies and make a choice to grow. So far, it looks to me like you have made that choice to grow, because I'm seeing the Star card here. So I do think that you are in this process of making a decision about this and trying to trust that nudge that's coming through, and really understanding that you've been training your third eye specifically to make this very specific decision when it comes to this person that you're dealing with. The Two of Pentacles here, I think this is about making this more earth-based, more 3D decision of whether or not you want to build a relationship with this person, or whether or not you think this is a stable position. You have these Two Pentacles here, and this person is standing on really rocky ground. So it does feel to me like this is not, you don't feel stable with this person. You don't feel safe and protected with this person. You feel like this person is protecting themselves, but they're not protecting your best interests in the situation. So, but then we have the Lovers with the Four of Swords. So the message that's coming through here is to take a break. You don't have to make a decision right now. And that's what I was saying about this that came through, was to relax, maybe meditate, think about the way you talk to yourself, make sure you're pouring love into yourself, making sure you're showing yourself a lot of self-love so that you can build up your own self-worth and your own self-confidence. Because this decision that you ultimately have to make is going to affect you and your life, and whether or not you want to bring a person closer to you who really only has their self-interests at heart. Is that really going to be the thing that lights you up, or is that going to be the thing that's going to drive you crazy? And so with this Four of Swords here, it's really saying that be loyal to yourself, take some time out. The Four of Swords is a very reclusive card too. So we're seeing two very reclusive energies here. This is really saying to you to pull your energy back and focus only on yourself at the moment, because this person is doing that too. And so there's a need here for you to really withdraw your energy and just pour everything you can back into yourself, that your loyalty should be to yourself and yourself only. So it looks like, though, during this Mercury and Aries period of time over the next several weeks, as we said, that it looks like you're going to start pulling your energy back. You're going to start doing exactly what we just said. But there's a lot of fear based there. There's going to be a lot of fear that comes out of that. And so there's a message coming through here too, that you are stronger than you think. That if pulling away from this person makes you feel uncomfortable in any way, so for example, if you feel like you're dependent on this person, if you're dependent financially, if you're dependent emotionally, if you think you can't be alone, whatever that is for you, it does feel like it's going to bring up some of these perhaps irrational fears that you have. So this is a really good time to remember how magical you are, and to really, again, pour into your self-worth and your self-confidence, because I think that's going to be the thing that allows you to really release this person, release this relationship that you're still holding on to, but you may be holding on to it for the wrong reasons. So I would like to get some clarifiers out next. And we'll see what else we can get from this energy. But this really is pretty clear to me. This feels like it could be a karmic relationship that you're in. And karmic relationships are meant to happen for our greatest good. They're meant to teach us spiritual lessons. But ultimately, in karmic relationships, we're meant to release them. And I believe that's what you're being asked to do here. So, but let's see. So with protected and the Knight of Cups, we have the Ace of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. So the Five of Pentacles is really reiterating what we said, that this relationship is making you feel like you've been pushed outside of the relationship, that your needs don't matter in this relationship because this person is only concerned about protecting themselves. And so I think with this Ace of Wands here, it's the universe giving you the green light to move on from this, saying, go forward with your life, be curious with the Page of Swords about what else is out there for you, because this is not going to be enough for you. Being in a relationship with someone who is only worried about their own self-interest is not going to be enough for you. So with the Star and the Page of Cups, we have the Two of Wands, we have the World, and the Empress. So this Two of Wands is still you not making a decision. This one wand, the Ace of Wands, was the universe giving you the green light to go. But you're still standing here with your old wand and the new wand that the universe just gave you, and you're not moving. So this is really reiterating that you're still trying to make this decision. You're still reluctant to let this go. The World card here is reminding you that this is the end. You've completed this karmic cycle. You have learned the lesson. We haven't seen the Page of Pentacles yet. I expect we might, maybe the Hierophant, because you've learned so much in your spiritual lessons. We had the Star here, which reminds us that you have done so much healing. And look at your growth and your expansion with this Empress card. This is how much you have grown and expanded. And so this is really very clear that the universe is saying it's time. You are ready. It is time to move on, which is why the universe is giving you this new opportunity to move on. It's your own reluctance that's holding you back. So then we have Judgment and the Two of Pentacles. And with that, we have the Hanged Man, we have the Sun, and the Emperor. I love it. So this, again, the universe is putting you in a bit of a timeout right now. So that it may be forcing you into this reclusive energy that we're talking about. The universe is really making it so you cannot move forward with this person. And so what the universe wants you to do, the cards are telling me with the Hanged Man and the Sun, is that you need to really see this in a more enlightened way, in a more intuitive and intelligent way. You have to see what's going on around you with this person, and perhaps just how unhealthy it is, or perhaps just how unhealthy your attachment to it is, that you can go this alone. You have shown up now as both the Empress and the Emperor. You are showing up as both healed halves of both of your masculine and feminine energies. That is you. You have done so much healing, but now it's time to understand that you have done all that healing. So again, when I was saying, think about the way you talk to yourself, think about the negative self-talk, that's perhaps what's holding you back and making you feel like you still need a person who is not concerned about your well-being. So there's still something in you that is convinced that you still need this person when you don't. You are everything you need and more. So then with the Lovers and the Four of Swords, we have Judgment again. So we're still being asked to make this decision. Then we have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. The decision here is very simple. It's between the 10 of Cups or the 10 of Wands. Those of you who know tarot, which would you choose, the 10 of Cups or the 10 of Wands, if you have a choice? So the 10 of Cups is about pure bliss, emotional joy, emotional happiness, fulfillment, all of your wishes coming true. The 10 of Wands is burdens, baggage, overwhelm, back-breaking work. Of those two, which one would you choose is what this is telling me. That this should be a clear choice. This should be an easy choice, but you still need to go deep into your intuition to make that choice, that staying with this person is going to bring more overwhelm. Releasing this person is going to set you free. And I would like to see what we get for our clarifiers for this last column, to see if we can get a hint. Because with the High Priestess, sometimes the universe doesn't want you to know. The universe wants you to figure it out on your own using your intuition. But I'd like to see if we can get a hint of what's next for you. So there's the 10 of Swords, there's the 4 of Wands, and there's Strength. So it's not a great clue, but it is a small clue with the 4 of Wands here, that there will be something for you to celebrate once you put a final end to this. Once you stick a fork in it and say, it's done, I'm done like dinner, there will be something to celebrate here. And with the Strength card, the universe is going to put wind in your back. So just the sheer fact of you releasing this person and finally putting an end to it is going to help you hit some milestone that you're going to be able to celebrate. But again, the universe, I don't think the cards don't want to tell us what it is, but we are seeing 2 Ace of Wow and another Ace of Cups here. So this is really saying the universe is about to bring you really good opportunities, and maybe 2. One in a form of passion and inspiration, one in the form of a new love perhaps, but the universe can't bring it to you until you release this first. That's the very clear message. But it's like right there. It's like the universe has someone lined right up for you. There's someone right there in the bullpen waiting to go, but you have to release this other thing first. So, wow. So let's pull, I want to pull one oracle card here, just to see if we can get a final message for you. So we have belong to your own dream, create your own life. And I don't know if you can see that. It's maybe a little bit too shiny, but this is very clear that this is about creating your own life, to either hold yourself back in a small relationship with someone who's only protecting their own best interests and stay in this 10 of Wands energy, or you can choose the 10 of Cups. It's like a choose your own adventure here. This Page of Swords is the same thing. Be curious about a different way of life, because your 10 of Cups is right around the corner. Your 10 of Wands is back here. So belong to your own dream. Create your own life. That is the message coming through here. You get to choose. It's ultimately your choice, but you know now probably which way to go. So please let me know how this was resonant for you, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.